Om Shanti. In order to be an easy yogi, become experienced in God's love, the true servers. The main basis of success in service is renunciation and tapasya. Those who are such renunciates and tapasvis, that is, those who are constantly lost in love for the Father, those who are merged in an ocean of love, knowledge, bliss, happiness, and peace, are called tapasvi. Those who have such renunciation and tapasya are the true servers. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vyakti Parivar. Today is day 21. In order to be an easy yogi, become experienced in God's love. Today's topic, the true servers. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
When Baba wants our journey to be very easy, fast, and to make our journey easy, we follow what Baba says because our mind and intellect become refined, very subtle, and we understand Baba's signals. So then journey becomes not only easy, but also obstacle free. Because Baba himself had been on this journey. So Brahma Baba shares his experiences. So I think that love of Baba is experienced in teachings, right? Because Baba says, I don't like to see my children laboring. Effort making is different, and to be laboring is different. So when we feel that Baba's love for us and the way he teaches us, we should immediately not only churn on that, but we should practice and take power from Baba. And not only easy, but journey should be interesting and entertaining both. Why should be interesting? Because then you are motivated to do it. Otherwise, everything becomes like a routine. I have to do it, so I do it. But there should be a lot of deep feelings. I really want to make more efforts. I want my mind intellect to be more subtle. So then we follow Baba, right? Follow Baba's teachings. So, many think of Baba's love. And I feel this is Baba's love. Love as father, love as teacher, love as Sadguru, but it is Baba's love, right? So today, all of us, we are Baba's servers, helpers. Sometimes we do something difficult, Baba, help me. Is it Baba's task or mine? So rather you could say, Baba is your task, right? I am just an instrument. So then Baba's help is more. Some, whether it's time, their money, I contribute to Baba. So whose money is? Is that yours or Baba's? On one side we say Baba's, then we say we are helping Baba. So all the time, if it's Baba's task, I have to be helper. But, not take that burden on us. It's Baba's task all the time. And you see the magical, the power, the cooperation, so much cooperation will happen. And that is actually total renunciation when you have thought is Baba's power, Baba's task. That's total renunciation. So Baba is saying that the true server, the main basis of success and service is renunciation and tapasya. Those who are true renunciates are such renunciates and tapasvi, that is, those who are constantly lost in the love of the Father. They are constantly lost the love of the Father. Baba says those who are merged. Just imagine how many days Baba has been talking about those who are merged in love, in the ocean of love, ocean of knowledge, ocean of bliss, ocean of happiness and peace. They are called tapasvi. The definition of tapasya, merged in any quality of Baba. Those who have such renunciation and tapasya are true servants. Because there are very subtle kind of sanskars, expectations, demands, desires, right? Very subtly. I have noticed some of the servers, right? True servers. Whole day they are very busy. But I always see them. They are Amrit Vela and Bit Baba. And they, because they are very alert, they've been conducted. They are whole day very happy doing seva. And they look very healthy. One brother I was asking, I've seen you for 50 years, you look same. They have discipline and they have true love. Sometimes even at 10 o'clock, they are around. So from where that power is coming? Because somewhere they are true servers. I don't want, but I never see them that their body is not well, today their mind is not well. They are so good. So must be the true service, right? True heart. That for years you had been serving with no difficulty. And if really we all can be like that. So every time I ask him, what do you eat? Chapati and sabji. Simple food, routine, discipline, obedience, respect. Some of these things are energy, they are strength. Never, never upset or speak loud. Laughing, very polite, very respectful for years, right? So it's really the blessings which such souls get from Baba, also from all of us. Those blessings also have. So we have to see how we make our journey not only pleasant and easy, not only giving happiness to others, but also we keep very well, mentally, physically, in our nature, always very polite, very respectful. So accept what Baba is giving us, right? Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Good morning.
Om Shanti. Good morning.
Happy Satguruvar.
You too.
I don't know how I happened to get Wednesday evening, but it's your Satguruvar, so I get to wish you happy Satguruvar before the Satguruvar in New York. And that in itself seems very auspicious. And so I want to ask you to start off the conversation this evening. Dadi Ji, in her little bit that she was talking in it, that were written, not the one that she spoke, but the one that was written, she used the word, she says, do not be like Durvasa. Don't be like Durvasa, which means Durvas had a short temper, but he was also a rishi. And when I looked it up, who is this Durvas that she's talking about that we shouldn't be like? Because when when these examples are given, we don't know what they're talking about. So we don't know what not to be. But it seems as though Durvas had a duality as a rishi. He gave boons, but he also gave curses. And according to mythology, he cursed Saraswati to take the birth in a human form because she laughed at him when he was reciting the Vedas and he made a mistake and she laughed at the mistake. So he cursed her. But equally, I always thought that there are two stories to this. And that is, I always thought that Draupadi and her saris were because she tied the index finger of Krishna when the Swaдаrshan cut it. And because of that, tearing her sari and bandaging the finger, the blessing was given to her that her dignity will always be protected. But according to Durvas, Rishi Durvas, once he was stripped and Draupadi provided the clothes for him, and then he gave her a boon that she will never be stripped of her saris. So I was intrigued because these kinds of things intrigue me, the subtleties of the dynamics of soul consciousness and the subtleties that exist within us as souls with the vices and the virtues, with the boons and the curses in our progress. As you were saying, the journey is very important and we should make it entertaining, but the journey is also very intriguing because these dynamics occur. So, do you think all Brahmins have the tendency to be Rishi Durvas, in which they give a boon one moment and then they curse the next moment?
There are some. They will tell you if, let's say, they haven't helped you in something. You will see when you will experience the result of that. Directly you are not cursing. But on the other side, you are also reminding that person, you will see when the result will come. So that's a kind of curse. So I think that it generally, for an ordinary stage, is very common. But those who are little bit elevated, they will still bless. Because blessing will help that soul to change, but curse will not. What we want that soul to be better, not we want that soul to be destroyed, or in the sense of lose hope in service or something. Very subtle. Some do it, and we should not really do it. Whatever reason, but we shouldn't say, oh, you will never get chance now. You will never get to do this. It's like subtly you are cursing that soul. So, yes, some do behave like that. But we have to be careful because there are consequences of that curse also. Given to someone, but the way it will come back to you will also not be good. So if I want that I shouldn't be affected by anything, then I have to be careful. Just give blessings. Have good wishes for everyone. But
But
your stories are interesting.
yes,
One I know about Draupadi, but other one about sari and all that I don't know.
that's Draupadi. He gave her endless clothes because she gave him clothes when he needed it. His blessing to her was, "You will never ever be stripped of your clothes." But I was surprised with the one with Saraswati that she laughed at him when he made a mistake in the Vedas. That does not sound like Saraswati laughing at anyone. So
No, but Draupadi also laughed at Duryodhana, no? Because there was the floor, no, which was looked like yeah.
illusion. Yeah,
So he said, "You are son of the blind. You are blind too."
yeah. It was a
You know. So,
mirage. A mirage means it looked like water, but it wasn't water. Yeah.
yeah. So it was like a insult. No, he laughed. She laughed. Then they took the revenge to strip her of her clothes.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
I
so
don't know who created stories, but they are good.
yeah, they're very good actually. Uh, so before I go to Tyag, Tapasya, and Seva, the this whole duality of our behavior on our journey of our Brahmin journey of this boon and curse, or getting upset and then getting ourselves set again, set and upset in our self-respect. And so if someone does something, if I get angry and you get angry because I get angry, what happens then? And okay, the one who gets angry is wrong, but the one who is wanting to put me out because I got angry, they are also getting angry with me. So, how do you resolve these kinds of situations on the path of of development, personal growth and personal development, when both sides are getting angry, but one is justifying the angry to be right and blaming the other kind of anger to be wrong? Would you just say it would naturally resolve itself? Would you say just everybody should be in Baba's remembrance, and those who are not in Baba's remembrance, good luck? What would you say to bring about a resolution without you getting angry as the third party? Looking at anger on both sides, remaining detached and merged, as Baba says. How would you deal with it as a detached observer and a witness?
I think one of the way to somewhere cut that chain instead of chain reaction. One is doing, other one is reacting, then third one is doing it. But if you really want break the chain by just have mansa seva or good wishes, and as soon as you have good wishes, you won't get angry. That means you are breaking that chain. Because either you go in silence or remembrance of Baba. So third party has to be careful, and then it will help other parties also. But if you become part of that anger, and it does happen, you see it. Uh, I don't know much in Brahmins, but they call it street wars, no? On the street,
As
how
road
one
rage,
gets angry.
road rage.
Yeah, yeah. So
Mm,
one gets angry, then other one. And one shouldn't favor one person. If two are angry, they both are wrong. But sometimes it happens, you are right, you got angry. And you are not right because you are got angry. Because internally I am kind of convinced and I favor, even if both people are wrong, right? But I see the mistake of one and I don't see the other one.
mm,
That's where karmic accounts come in. That I say, no, Gayatri was not wrong, but this one is wrong. But they both are wrong in a way, right? So
mm,
deeply within not favoring anyone, even in our attitude, we have to be that they both are wrong, but being merciful. They both shouldn't be like that. When you are merciful, then you have good wishes for them. So somewhere that chain has to be broken now.
mm,
Otherwise, it will keep going on.
mm. And so, what would be the role then in resolving, or maybe I should personalize it? How do you use tyag and tapasya to deal with such situations to bring success in service?
I think that, as I always repeat, that once we asked Dadi Janki what is important, service or relationship, she said if relationships are good, service will happen. But if relationships are not good, service can never happen. So pay attention that be loving and of course detached. So as much you are loving and detached, I think that also definitely helps. So here renunciation is that I'm not, being detached, there is a renunciation, right? Because you are detached, so you don't react in any way. So lovely and detached, that's very, I feel it will work.
There was a time once we were having a program here in New York, and Daddy Ratan Mohini was here for that program. And I remember that I used to react a lot in those days, much more than I do now. I still react, but less, less, less. And something did not happen, didn't go well, and so I reacted. And I then went to the brothers, and I started telling them, "Well, why did you not do this, and why did you not do that, and blah 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 blah." And I was basically reacting to the fact that they didn't do what they should have been doing. And then Daddy Ratan Mohini pulled me aside and she said to me, why did you just do that? And I said, well, Daddy, blah, 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 I told her this was what was going on. So I needed to do it. So she says, no, you don't need to do it. And I said, well, who will do it? Doesn't it need to be done? She said, yes, but get someone else to do it. You don't do it. And that stayed with me as a lesson because sometimes we feel as if I don't do it, nobody else would do it. But if I stay in my self-respect and I don't get upset with what's happening, then it will be resolved by someone else doing it. But I don't indulge in the karmic account in of telling someone off and of upsetting myself for my own self-respect, would that be called renunciation or would it be called tapasya?
Very interesting because, once we had to go somewhere and the brother who had to drive was little bit late. So everyone saying, why you are late? Why? That Janki says, stop it. Don't say, because it will disturb him while he is driving and his mind is disturbed. Who will be hurt? Because if he's disturbed, it could be accident. So if it's accident, then we will be part of that, right? And I always remember the way she said it, stop it. No, but everyone, no, how will we reach? It's late. You shouldn't have done that. You should. They keep saying it. No, that's the general habit, right? That you keep telling that person. So getting off, telling some people, such things disturb their mind. I think there is always a better way to do things instead of thinking. One time I went somewhere and we had to go to airport. This person was few minutes late. So sister, who was main sister, start telling lot of things. And I said, you don't need to do that. As you're saying, she said, but next time, how will they be better if I don't tell them? I said, I don't think it will work. But rather, when there is department meeting, you bring up this, that every person who is driving, taking people to airport should be in time. It could be done, but not one-to-one like this. Everything can be resolved, but in a good way, with good manners, and that can definitely bring change in many others also. So that means you don't need to say it, but if that department is informed, the person in the department will do it, explain it better, in a better way, and at the right time. So change can happen.
So would you say that if someone is in a state of tyag and tapasya, they will never correct someone else? They will never take the law in their own hand. They will never see themselves as responsible even for seva, or even for success or failure within the seva. Would those three elements indicate that I am a soul who is in a state of tyag and tapasya?
Yeah, because I remember that many, many years ago, there was a public program. So, generally in public program, you reserve some seats for VIPs and all that. So one couple just came and sat there. And I said, oh, these seats are reserved. They really got upset, right? But then I realized why I had to do it. And those who were taking care, those who ushers were there, rather they should have done it. And after that, I always remember, I'm not supposed to be doing this. I'm not supposed, because why should I spoil my relationships instead of those who are doing it? If they say it, they wouldn't have felt bad. But because I said it, they really felt bad. So these things we learn. And of course, Tyag Tapasya means realization, transformation, all that happened through Tyag Tapasya.
So I would say tonight's Didi is leaving us with two very important words, and that is realization and transformation. So if we were to just to know that the meaning of Tyag is realization. Realization comes from what is it I need to renounce here? tyag, and I realized that this is what I have to renounce. And tapasya is to be merged in Baba and to transform my awareness and to bring it in alignment with all those virtues that he spoke about today. Would you say that's in essence what we have to practice tomorrow?
Very, very good explanation, clarity for everyone. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, thank you very, very much. And we are all looking forward to Dadiji's Day that is coming up. And we here in New York are planning with Sheetal Benz hosting it for us in Edison to all come together in the tri-state area to celebrate on the 24th evening in unity, because that's what you want. I'm telling them it's Didi's inspiration that we all come
Mm,
together in unity and celebrate Adiji's life together, because she had such an impact on all of us, and she sustained us with such love and lightness that we
mm,
cannot ever forget those days of the daddies.
mm. Yeah, that's good. I'm sure you all will have good time
Yes.
because yeah, here so much is happening for that these day.
Mm,
They had been feeding the servants and they are feeding other sevadaris every day 3,000, 2,000.
mm,
Lot of charity. They get gift and everything. Generosity of that is heart. She
mm.
always used to say, why only Baba's children? Why not everyone else? No?
That's right. The Sevadharis, especially those ones who come in to serve, to the helpers. Yeah. Okay, Didi, thank you very, very much. And we will continue having conversations with you, even though you're far, far away. And I hope you're coming back in November. Rumor has it that you're coming back in February 2026, but I hope you're coming back in November 2025.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Gayatri. Good.
Okay, Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.